Hi, my name is James. James Loves Games. Switch 2. The rumors were true. Let's check it out. All right, here we go with Switch 2 announcement trailer. Let's just run through it real quick. I'll try not to say anything, and then we'll go through again, and I'll give my thoughts on all the little bits and pieces about it. Let's check it out. I have already seen this, by the way. Obviously. $2025 is what my head is covering up. Backwards compatible. Must these days. Yeah. There you go. So I'll just run through this once more and just touching on a few things here and there. Let me turn it down just a little bit. Obviously, it's funny that the rumors have been flying around for weeks, if not months, about the imminent announcement of the Switch 2. And they turned out to be true, which is funny because it's always like a 50-50 shot whether the stuff people say is real or not. But this one ended up being true. I heard that the people at Nintendo were very, 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 with 3 veries, upset that this got leaked early. And I think they probably weren't planning on releasing this this month or maybe even next month because it just kind of fell out of nowhere. And to be honest, it doesn't really tell us much other than that it exists, it's backwards compatible, and there's kind of a new Mario Kart. And we'll get more info in April. So it seems very odd for Nintendo to drop something just kind of... It's not a very useful trailer other than just saying like, all right, we know you know. So here. Extra USB on there, which is nice. This is also very nice. I appreciate very much an actual stand of substance and not just like one stick on one side for some reason. It would always topple that one direction. I lost the... Here, I'll show you. I lost the thing on mine many moons ago. So this point is much appreciated by me. Moving on. And it's got certainly way more range of motion, which is very cool. I appreciate that. Obviously the unit is bigger. The screen is bigger. The controllers are bigger. All good points. Hilarious that they're basically copying the look of all of the handheld PC PC game players like Steam Deck. They're all black with like little colors under the sticks, which is really funny for Nintendo because they usually just do their own thing. It's weird to see them just like kind of out and out copy what other people are doing, but you know, it looks cool. I like the look of it. Obviously like the red and the blue, iconic for the Switch at this point. I like the black, you know, it's good. It's a good look. This seems like a dig because I've had more trouble with the sticks on the Joy-Cons than any controller in my entire life. So I hope this is their way of saying, we fixed the issue. It's not going to be a problem anymore. Otherwise, it's just mean. So hopefully they're better and sturdier. I've heard rumors that supposedly the Switch controllers, the new Joy-Cons can act as a mouse if you put it down like that on its side, which would indicate why they decided to show them kind of moving across the surface like that. I don't know if that's true, obviously, but I can't imagine that would have a tremendous amount of functionality. But we'll see. You know, maybe they'll surprise us all. So yeah. What I'm not too thrilled about is this connection here. And I know that like the rail or whatever that the Joy-Cons slide into on the Switch now is pretty frail, and those Joy-Cons get a little wiggly after, you know, a certain amount of use. This seems like that problem would be exacerbated much more quickly. Unless there's like some powerful magnets on the inside of the unit that are making that thing pop into place. I'm not so concerned about that little connector breaking off. I'm more concerned about the Joy-Cons popping out like while I'm holding the unit. So if I'm playing and kind of getting into it, I don't want to like, you know, twist it a little and then have the Joy-Con pop out and the game has to like pause or something. So I'm really, really curious to know how exactly the controllers are going to stay connected in there. But I don't know. I don't quite trust it yet. I'm waiting for good news on that front. But, you know, it looks just like a Switch, but bigger and black, which is cool. So far, pretty good. Oh yeah. And new Mario Kart game, some sleuths on the internet pointed out, 24 spaces on the road there, which is cool. If I can catch it. Yeah. So instead of 12, you've got 24 slots. So are we going to have twice as big of races as we've had before? I was actually talking about it with my wife today, and I think it would be really cool if they had some online team modes where you could get like a team of 4. If you could have 6 teams of 4 or even 4 teams of 6, doing like a GP kind of thing, a Grand Prix, you know, so you add up the points of all of your teammates. I think that would be a really cool kind of online feature, especially since everyone in my family plays Mario Kart. But you know, it looks like Mario Kart. We got some new types of vehicles. It doesn't look particularly like next gen or anything like that, but I mean, it is Nintendo. They don't take huge leaps in graphics. Hopefully it performs really well. Hopefully it's just straight up fun, which is what Nintendo's all about, is fun. Small point, I don't know that I love the rounded dock like that. Like with the square screen and the rounded dock, it just looks kind of funny. But, you know, I'm sure that would ease and that would help getting the Switch into, you know, the dock. A little easier, presumably. Don't love the controller. I don't love, it's just a flimsy piece of plastic that you slide or slap or smack those things into, just like the first Switch. And I didn't love those controllers either. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure my 8BitDo controllers that I've ordered, I have like 3 different controllers from 8BitDo that work wonderfully. Hopefully those will work with the Switch too. And I'm not going to have to buy any new controllers for this thing. So fingers crossed. I'm pretty sure that will be the case unless Nintendo's come up with some kind of horrible idea. 2025 is impressive. My guess is Christmas. I'm thinking. They tend to release stuff, big consoles, like a month or so before Christmas. So I'm thinking like early December, late November for a release for this. Get into the holiday frenzy. I certainly will. Hopefully I can get one this year, depending on, what the thing is all about. This is obviously a must, like I mentioned. Nobody's going to buy this thing unless it's got games. And everybody has a Switch library of 7 years worth of games. I've got a ton of Switch games, probably more than any other system I own. So obviously this needs to happen. And to be able to have like cross-play as well also needs to happen. They didn't specifically mention cross-play here, but I have to assume that that's the case. We'll see. Why wouldn't they? It would be dumb not to. But it's Nintendo. So for us Americans, we get to see the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct on April 2nd. Lucky for you Europeans, you get to watch it on February 4th. So pretty quickly. Good for you. So yeah, we're always getting the short end of the stick on those release dates. I did see the hands-on events around the world. I think they're big cities like Seoul, New York City, Tokyo, Paris, places like that. Places like that where I don't live. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's the Switch 2. Go back to that shot. That's pretty much my thoughts on it. There's not much to say. It's a bigger Switch. It's bigger. I presumably better performing, They've had 7 years to sort of increase and upgrade the tech that goes inside the thing. It is bigger, so they can fit more tech in there. I'm speaking in like old man terms at this point. They put more computer parts in there, so it's going to run faster, right? But presumably it will perform better than the original Switch. Otherwise, they wouldn't call it the Switch 2. It would be like a Switch Pro or something. So hopefully it's going to be a big leap up, and we'll find out in April, obviously, what's going to be on the inside. But what's most concerning to me, what I really want to know is what are the games? I'm glad that we have like a little glimpse of Mario Kart something. Mario Kart 9, I don't know. They'll probably come up with some crazy name for it, like Mario Kart 2 or something. Mario Kart Switch 2 Infinity. I don't know. They can't keep straight. But that Yoshi's Burger Diner looks pretty cool. But yeah, good games obviously is what makes a good system. So if they can put out some really good stuff on the Switch 2, that'll be good. I'm wondering, are they going to do kind of what Sony has done and have like games released on both consoles with like kind of like a higher performing version on the Switch 2 and a not so good performing version on the regular Switch? I hope they don't do that, just because I feel like the quality of the games suffer when the developers have to kind of like develop it for two systems simultaneously. So we'll see. I don't know. Are they going to keep releasing games on the regular Switch, exclusives on the Switch and exclusives on the Switch 2? It's a big question. I don't know that everybody's going to want to jump onto the Switch 2, but at the same time, it's like, are they going to just abandon the original Switch and just make stuff for this one? They're so similar. I feel like I have to ask these questions. But yeah, I'm obviously excited for it. But yeah, this isn't a whole lot of info. It's like, here it is. We'll answer your questions in 3 months. Okay. Thank you very much, Nintendo. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my really thorough and insightful analysis of the Switch 2 reveal trailer. What are your thoughts on the system? What are you hoping they're going to have? What are you hoping they're going to avoid like the plague? What things about the original Switch did you really not care for and hope that they change on the second one? Let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts? I'm excited, but it's just kind of like, okay, it's real. What is it? So what do you think it's going to be? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you next time right here on...